If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Just trying to get hooked up here on my TikTok account. I am live streaming in two places. So I'm on my phone on TikTok, and I'm on my MacBook Pro on YouTube. Best way to generate leads. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. Because the truth is, I mean, as much as nobody wants to come out and say, most people are coming on these because you're trying to make money from home, or you're looking for ways to make money from home, or you've been trying and you're not getting the result that you want. So let me get my notebook here. So I did think that was a good topic today to talk about, because when I ask, if you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. When I ask that, nobody answers. Good morning, James. Good morning, Easy Life, Tom. I'll just call you Tom. If you're jumping on, good morning, Norma. Let me know where you're coming in from. Yesterday I was talking about gratitude and was asking people, what are you grateful for? Because if you're not grateful for what you already have, you can't have more into your life. So today I decided to talk about how to generate leads, because the truth is that if you're on here, good morning, Danielle, good morning, Sharita, good morning, Shelly. If you're on here, and when I ask people, well, why are you on social media? I might get one or two people. I could have 50 people that could come on. One person might answer that. I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same. And the reality is, if you're jumping on either with my TikTok account or my YouTube channel, either you're looking for ways of making money from home, or you've been trying and you're not getting the results that you want. Good morning, Philip. Good morning, Quirker. Good morning, Diana. And nobody, when I say, well, why are you on social media? And nobody ever says anything. So today I thought I'd talk about how to generate leads, because it doesn't matter. Good morning, Philip. It doesn't matter why you're on social media. You could have a mission, a message, a cause you're promoting. You could have an offline or online business. If you're trying to use social media, trying to get exposure, and you want to be doing that to get exposure and generate leads and get people on an email list, because you don't own your social media accounts. You can lose them at any time. I've had 10 TikTok accounts, one that I had over 200,000 followers. I had 3 Instagram accounts. Somebody hacked my Instagram account and deleted it after they went shopping and they ran ads. I had 2 other Instagram accounts. Instagram came back and suspended both of those and then did not rule in my favor. So I had to start again. And the TikTok account you're on, I started posting last June, and I'm almost at 100,000 followers. And I did the same thing with Instagram. Both of them, I'm almost at 100,000 followers. So I know how to get followers on social media. I know how to generate leads. I've been doing this, actually, it'll be 14 years in September. So I know how to get leads. And you can do a Facebook ad, and Facebook ads are a skill that you have to master. If you don't know what you're doing, you might not even be able to get an ad approved. And if you do get it approved, you might not get any leads or make any money from it. So that is a skill. And there's a lot of moving parts with a Facebook ad. You could buy a solo ad where you buy so many clicks and you just send them your link. But you want to know what to look for in vendors. And if you don't, you're just guessing, you're picking somebody. You could do a YouTube ad. I mean, there's a lot of paid advertising you could do, but the way I've been doing it and the way I'm showing people, I've been using social media for free and generating tens of thousands of leads and not spending any money on paid advertising. And paid advertising works, but you can use social media. There's over 5 billion people on social media that you can get exposure for whatever. And you can do it all from your phone or your computer or whatever you've got, or both. So I thought I'd talk about how you generate using social media, how I'm generating leads for free. And I'm posting 3 videos a day on my TikTok account. I'm taking those same 3 videos and I post them on my Instagram account. And if you're new, I do suggest I've been doing this for a long time. I am on multiple platforms, but if you're new and you've never used social media before, I do suggest you start with one platform, pick something you like. Because if you don't like it, you're not going to stick to it. Thank you for liking the live, Darla. I appreciate it. Good morning, Kathy. Um, I suggest you do pick one, do it till you master it, and then move on. And mastering it, I mean, you're getting followers, you're getting views, you started to get some leads, maybe you've even gotten some sales, but you want to just pick one if you're new. I don't suggest you jump on a bunch of them and try it because they all work a little differently. There's similarities in both of them. I can do basically the same thing I'm doing with videos on Instagram that I'm doing on TikTok. Yes, if you please like my live, I'd really appreciate it. Some of you already have. I appreciate it if you're on my TikTok account or you're on my YouTube channel. I really appreciate that. But you want to be putting content out there, and I'm using attraction marketing. If you set up your profile correctly and you're giving out valuable content, you're putting value into the marketplace, you'll attract people to you, and that's way better. I've done prospecting too, and prospecting where you're messaging people on social media, if you're doing it in person, you're going to family and friends and asking people if they'd be open to taking a look at what you're doing, and that works. And I was with a network marketing company for a couple of years. I personally signed over 350 people. I know how to do that, but there's no leverage, there's no automation with that. I was living on Facebook, basically a messenger, because I was following up with people twice a week. I probably wouldn't have signed as many people as I did if I wasn't following up with them. I know what to say. And if you're prospecting and you don't know what to say, and I was talking about that yesterday, you don't want to send people to a link for anything. Unless you ask them. Because if you're sending people a link to a video or a website or anything, and you're just sending that to them in Messenger or email, or you're putting that on somebody's content, a post or a video, you're spamming. And spamming doesn't work, and you're just going to repel people. And then when anybody does that with my stuff, I just block them. I spend too much time creating the content that I'm putting out for people to just come be, spamming their stuff or talking about what they're doing. And it doesn't necessarily even have to be a link. They could be talking about something and saying, oh, go talk to so-and-so. Because I have a video on TikTok right now. It's got over 1.7 million views. It's almost got 30,000 comments on it. And people are, I usually have to go in and clean that up and delete them and then block them so they don't keep doing it. But you can use social media for free. And I just had somebody asking me that this morning. And the program I've been promoting and using, we teach all organic strategies. Yeah, you can do paid marketing, but I've done this. You can spend a lot of money and not get any return on your money, which if you're investing in something, you want a return. So if you're jumping on, good morning, Dee. Good morning, Betty. Good morning, user 5568. I'm not going to say all those numbers. What do people call you? If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. And I just decided today I would talk a little, yesterday I was talking about gratitude. Today I would talk about getting how to generate leads. And if you're on social media for whatever reason, you're trying to get exposure. And if you're not sending people to something like a landing page or a website where you can capture their email address, you're wasting a lot of time, because if you're just sending them to a page with information, a sales page, or replicated website, and you can't capture that person's information because you only have one. If you're doing it that way and you're just sending people to a page, you only have one opportunity to talk to them. And they're gone. And most people have to see something multiple times. I did have somebody, to give you a good example, got on my email list last October of 2024. I did talk to her a couple times on TikTok, and then she just bought something from me in July. She was on my email list for 10 months. You have to be generating leads, and you need a tool called an autoresponder. It's software that you do have to pay for. You can start with it for free, but you want to be building an email list, and most of them give you so many subscribers. Like the one I'm using right now, it gives you up to 2,000 subscribers for free, and then after you get to 2,000, they start charging you. Your email list is your asset, and you may have heard the money is in the list. That's 100% true. But if you're not generating leads, getting people on, and it's desirable for you to give something away for free, like I have a free PDF I give people that I'm sharing the blueprint I'm using. And in exchange for their email address, they get a free PDF from me that's in an email. It's theirs to keep. They can download it. You can give a free PDF away, a free ebook. You could give them a free webinar training or a free video training. If you don't have something and you're promoting somebody else's stuff, you could ask them if there's something they could give you that you could give away for free. You can make your own. It's not that hard. But you'll get more leads that way if you're giving something away for free. So that person, in exchange for their email address, you're giving them something for free. If you're not doing that, you want to think about doing that because, and if you're not sending them to a website or a capture page where you can get their information, I spent a whole year doing that. And I spent $3,000 in pay-per-click ads. I was sending traffic to a replicated website, which you never want to do. And I didn't make any money. So I could save you a year right there and like $3,000 that you want to be sending them to something. If you look at my website, payudaily.com, there's, some print and pictures and all that, but there's a space there for the person to give me their email address. If you're not sending people to something like that, a website, a landing page, a capture page, a squeeze page, they're all the same thing. You're missing out because you're only going to be able to talk to people one time. They'll be off your page and that's it. And if you think about your own buying habits, how many times when you've bought something, how many times have you looked at it before you decided to buy it? And it could be you could have seen it in a store and then you look at it online, or you could see it online and you went in a store. But I know me, I usually look at something at least a couple times. That's very typical. Now, I do get sales on first touch, but that's not what most people do. They're going to want to see something multiple times. So if you're doing that, and no matter what, there's some reason y'all are on social media, although I could have 50 people, I'm probably averaging at least 50 people getting on this a day I've been doing these for over a month. And I say, why are you on social media? And nobody answers. I mean, you're on social media for some reason. I mean, I'm here, I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. I've been doing this for 14 years. It'll be 14 years next month. I haven't worked a job in over 9, and I'm using social media for free to build my email list, to get exposure for people. And there's over 5 billion people on social media. Do you think that you could get some exposure and get in front of some people? Good morning, Cody. Good morning, Maria. Good morning, John. If you're jumping on, good morning, Kathy. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. And I can see, good morning, Maria. Good morning, Muhammad. Good morning, user 5568. You were on and then you came back. I mean, on TikTok, TikTok shows me who's coming on. Good morning, Rocky. You're from Raleigh, North Carolina. My brother lives in North Carolina, and I can't even say the name of the town. He's near Charlotte. That's what I'm talking today about. And somebody's commenting on my YouTube channel, how to generate leads for home business. It's not home care business. It's the home-based business industry. That's the industry we're all in, making money from home, making money online. And I use social media. I'm on multiple platforms. I've been doing this for a long time. But if you're new, I do recommend you only start with one platform. Pick something you like. And Rocky saying have approved for ads on Facebook. I'm confused. Okay, well, Rocky, Facebook ads, they do work, but there's a lot of moving parts. And if you don't know what you're doing, you might be able to get an ad up and get it set up and get approved, because you do have to submit them. But it may not it may not convert to any leads or sales if you're not doing it correctly. And they are, I mean, if you're serious about that, I mean, if you're talking about Facebook ads, there's courses out there you can get, because it is a skill. Thank you, Rocky, for liking the live. It is a skill you have to master. And if you get an ad up and say you even put $10 a day on it, that's $300 in a month. If the ad isn't, and there's a lot of moving parts with the Facebook ad. If you're doing it on your own and you haven't taken a course or anything, I would encourage you to do that, because there are a lot of moving parts. And Zahara Organic Marketing is on my YouTube channel. I do all organic marketing, and not that never tried any paid advertising. I've spent a lot of money and didn't get a lot of results. But I'm using social media organically, and I've generated tens of thousands of leads from social media. I'm on multiple platforms. I've been doing this for a long time. If you're brand new and you want to do, I suggest you pick one social media platform and do it until you master it. And then you can move on. If you pick a platform, pick something you like. And I would suggest you start getting around somebody who's an expert on that platform. If they have a course, get it. Because I can share some things with you on this live that I do. I'm always modeling videos that are already proven to work. If somebody else put a video up that's in my niche, and they got a lot of views, I can do one on my own, put my own spin on it. You don't want to copy anybody's stuff. That's not cool. You want to model. There's a big difference between copying and modeling. But I've been able to do that and generate tens of thousands of leads. And I was just saying, my TikTok account and my Instagram account, they're both new. I started posting on them last June, and I'm now on TikTok. I almost at 100,000 followers, and the same thing on Instagram. I've also spent a year in a coaching program learning specific to Instagram. So, I've taken courses, I've gotten mentor training and all that to learn some of this stuff and learn from other people. The other thing I suggest you do is the platform you pick, find at least 10 people in your niche that have a following. And I'd say that, if somebody's got at least 25,000 followers on that platform, they probably know what they're doing, and follow them and watch what they do. And TikTok is very sensitive, and really all the platforms are. You want to be careful on your account what you're searching for. So if you're doing personal stuff, like say you're trying to figure out how to put a new handle on a toilet or something, and you go to YouTube to search that, because they're going to start showing you more of that. And if you're trying to build an audience, I would suggest if you're going to do your own personal stuff and be a consumer, that you set up another account, because you want to train the algorithm. And on TikTok, it's very sensitive, so they know what to send you, what your niche. And when you're posting stuff, when you're putting videos on, put hashtags that are relative to your niche, because you have to train the algorithm when you put content on, to send it out to the right people. And if you're searching like plumbing stuff on YouTube, and your channel's not about plumbing, the algorithm is not going to know what to send you, what people to send you, what to put you in front of. So if you're not doing that, and that's something that I've learned over time, that's a free tip I just gave you all. You want to be careful about what you're searching on those accounts. I do suggest, if you're going to be a consumer, and you're searching other stuff that's just a personal interest, to set up other accounts, because the algorithm is not going to know. And TikTok is really, really sensitive. I posted a video yesterday where I was talking about being broke, where I didn't have enough money to get a haircut. And if I had an appointment, how many times I'd end up canceling the appointment because I didn't have the money. The video was not about hair. I was just making that example. And they actually put a hashtag, TikTok hair. That's not what my channel's about. That's not, I was talking about not being able to afford a haircut. So I was sharing a story. So TikTok is really sensitive. So, I suggest you do that. It's really, and I know a lot of you're into freebies. Free is the most expensive choice of all. If you seriously want to learn this, because it's a skill, it's a high income skill. You can learn it in 2 weeks, but you're not going to master it in 2 weeks. You'll master it by doing it. You'll master it by getting training and implementing what you learn. And I spent the whole first year when I got into this industry, I didn't know anyone, didn't have a mentor. I didn't have the right training. I didn't have a proven system. Good morning, Paul. Good morning, Jamie. If you don't have those in place, and I have it automated, so I'm pushing traffic from my social media accounts to a system, and it's a sales funnel with a website capturing people's emails, where I have a bunch of emails attached that they automatically go out. That's a tool called an autoresponder, and that you do have to pay for that after you get so many subscribers. You want to build your email list, because that's an asset, and it's the only thing you really own. I've lost tons of social media accounts. You can lose them at any time. You don't control them, you don't own them. So you could do something, and the platform doesn't like it, and then they start dinging you, and then at one point they just say, "Oh, that's it," and they take your account, and then you have to start over again if you want to use that platform. And I got so disgusted with TikTok. I mean, I had 10 accounts. I had one, I had over 200,000 followers, and all the work I put into it, I lost that account. I stayed off of TikTok for over a year. And if you live in the United States, none of us know what's going to happen with TikTok. If I lose my TikTok account, I'm not completely screwed because I got YouTube, I got Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I have accounts on all the other platforms. And I get leads not just from my TikTok account every day. I get them from Instagram, I get them from YouTube. So I have more than one platform, and we really don't know what's going. And nobody has come. Nobody's presented themselves that they were interested in buying TikTok. So, and this President Trump did do another 90-day thing in June, but that's up September 19th, which is right around the corner. And I don't know that he can keep doing them, but I do all organic traffic. That's the program I'm in. That's what we teach you, the how to get leads for free. And my mentor has made now about $8 million in less than 3 years with all free traffic. So she hasn't spent a dime on paid advertising. So you can do that. Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Rex. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. And I think a lot of you, when I say that, nobody answers. Thank you, Rocky, for liking the video. When I say, well, why are you on social media? Nobody says anything. The lives, you can jump on and off them. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to show your face. You don't have to do anything. You could be laying on your couch watching, getting on a live from your phone. But because I've been doing these now for over a month. I think I've had a handful of people when I say, why are you on social media? And I think the truth is, you're on here because you're trying to make money from home, and you just don't want to say that. Now, Zahara, if I'm not saying your name correctly, you've got the other thing you're asking, any tips for online coaching? What do you mean you're just starting out to find a coach, or you want to do coaching? Because there are people that are using social media. They've got their own coaching services. That's what they're marketing, and that's how they make money. I'm not sure if you're looking for a coach or you want to do online coaching. I can answer that if you drop it in the comments. I'm not sure when you're saying online coaching. And I've hired a number of different people privately to coach me. I mean, you can't do this by yourself. And usually if you join a program, the program and the person can give you mentoring for free. But to try to do this for free and not have a proven system, not have a mentor, not have the right training, you're going to probably be spinning your wheels for a long time. Good morning, Mitch. Thank you, Rocky, for liking the video. I know you've done it multiple times. Thank you. Good morning, Jennifer. So if you're jumping on, why are you on social media? Because most of you don't want to admit it. And I do think that most of you are on here because either you're looking for a way to make money from home, or you're trying something, or you've tried something and it's not working the way you want. Good morning, Twinkles. Is that what people call you? Good morning, Mitch. Rocky, thank you again for liking the live. But Zahar, if you put that in the comments you're on my YouTube channel about the online coaching, are you looking for online coaching, or do you want to do it? Because there are people that they have on coaching services, that's what they're marketing. That's how they make money. I have some of my own products, which that's what got me into digital marketing and making 100% profit. Because with my own products, the 100% comes to me. And with digital marketing, you buy the products, you own them, and you can sell them over and over again. And I make 100%. It comes to my Stripe account, which I love Stripe because Stripe lets me withdraw up to $500 every single day. And it only takes 15 minutes for that money to hit my bank account, which is really cool. So good morning, Anna. Good morning, RJ. Where are you coming in from? Love to know why you're on social media. I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. I've been doing this for 14 years. I started doing this after I lost my job. In 2011, I couldn't find another one. It was the worst job market ever. People were getting 1,500 resumes. I couldn't find a job. I was broke, unemployed, and in foreclosure. I was being sued. And I found myself drowning in all $250,000 of debt. I had no idea how I was going to get myself out of this mess. And if it wasn't for this industry in digital marketing, I'd probably be homeless. I'm still in my house. But I was debt free the day I lost my job, and there is something to be said for that. But if it wasn't for this industry, I probably would have lost my house. I lost a lot of other things, but never did find, actually the one job I did find several years later, I was making $12.50 an hour in a call center. I lost that job. And after you've had a couple times somebody pulling you aside, handing you your severance papers and saying, today's your last day, I never wanted to let anyone else control how much I make or what happens to me, or just, like that, cut off my income. And if you only have one income and you lose it, you're screwed. So one of the other things I've learned in this industry is how to make multiple streams of income, because if you lose one, you're not screwed. And the job was the only income I had. I had no backup plan. I had no partner to fall back on. I was terrified, but I took a chance on doing something that felt scary, a digital business, and something that actually changed my life and had automation and leverage. And that's what I've done. And anybody can do that. And a lot of some of you may be on here that you're working multiple jobs. I had a guy, Hank, last week that told me he's working 2 jobs. And I've done that too in my life. Working 2 jobs, you have no time. You're basically exhausted. And I was working a part-time, a full-time job, and I was going to school at night. I was in class 2 nights a week. I was exhausted. I could probably fall asleep standing up. And you have no time for anything else. You don't have any time for your family, your kids, to do anything you like to do. And this industry can give you the time freedom, the money freedom, and it can also give you peace, which you can't put a price tag on that. But a lot of you're looking for something, and I guess you don't want to admit it. So, somebody asked me, I am on social media. I'm just not hanging out here. And I try to, a tip I'm giving y'all, if you're using social media, you don't want to search for personal stuff on your account. Set up another account, because the algorithm is not going to know what you're looking for or what people to send you. And if you're searching like on TikTok, buying something or researching something, that you're going to confuse the algorithms. And I think on TikTok, it's probably the most sensitive, but it applies actually to all platforms. You're better off making a personal account to do that kind of stuff, because the algorithm's not going to know what you're looking for or what to send you. And you'll have a hard time getting, the views, the people to your page, the views, to getting leads, and then getting them on your list and converting them to sales. So if you're doing that, and the other thing I'm suggesting, and I'm giving you all this out for free because I paid to learn this, if the social media platform you're on, find at least 10 people in your niche. So if your niche is weight loss, find 10 people in your niche. And I'd say if they have at least 25,000 followers or more, they got some mojo, they probably know something about what they're doing, and following them, because you want to watch what they're doing. You can learn a lot from that. I've done that. Anybody I'm following on any social media platform, I'm following them for a reason, because they're in my niche and they're doing what I'm doing, and I'm able to learn from them. So if you're not doing that, you want to do that, because most of you are on here, although nobody's going to probably say it. You're on here either you're looking for a way to make money from home, or you've been trying and you're just not getting anywhere. And maybe you thought you could do this yourself. I spent the first year I did this, I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have the right training. I didn't have a proven system. I bought a website. They sent me a 3-page PDF about how to set up pay-per-click ads. I was setting up pay-per-click ads. I spent $3,000. I was sending traffic to a replicated website. Nothing converted, and I didn't make any money. And after a year, I knew I had to get around someone that had done what I wanted to do. And don't expect people, that they're going to just take you under their wing and teach you without you investing something. You got to invest time and money to learn a high income skill. And you want to get a mentor, because if you can't do this without somebody, you can't do it without a mentor. I did try that and didn't work, and I could save you a year and $3,000. Good morning, Ashley. Good morning, Patricia. Good morning, Jean. Good morning, TP. Where are you coming in from? I'd love to know why you're on social media. TikTok shows me who's coming on and who's jumping on, who's jumping off. YouTube doesn't show me that. They just show me the number of people that are on. So if you don't comment, I don't know that you're on here. And Zahara, if you're still on there, watching on YouTube, you're asking about the online coaching. Are you looking for online coaching, or are you looking to do that? Yeah, and there are people in this industry. They have their own coaching services. That's what they're marketing. That's what they're doing. That's how they're making money. And most of them have a particular niche. If you're looking for a coach, you want to find somebody who does that, that's in your niche and is doing what you want to learn. So if you drop that in the comments, I can answer that. But I can't tell if you're still on or not. Good morning, George. Good morning, Elijah. Good morning, Sela. I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly. I apologize. If you're jumping on, actually, I'd appreciate it if you like the video. That would help either my TikTok account or my YouTube channel out. If you like the video. Today I was talking about generating leads, because most people are on social media because they got something they're promoting, and it really doesn't matter. You don't even have to have a business. You could have a message you're trying to get out that you want to get in front of people, and there's over 5 billion people on social media. You can do that. Thank you, Sashi. If I'm not saying that correctly. Ooh, you liked it 5 times. Thank you so much. That really helps my account out. I appreciate it. If you're not sending people to something that you can capture their information, and that's even if you have a message or you're supporting a cause. Thank you for the fan club, TP. I appreciate that. The heart, I appreciate it. You're new, George, you're new here, you're from Jamaica. Well, welcome. I'm here every day. I do these every day, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do online marketing, making money from home. Thank you for the heart. I teach other people how to do the same thing. I've been doing this for 14 years. It'll be 14 years in September. I lost my job. I couldn't find another one. And if you're wanting to make, or you just want to make extra money, or you have a job you want to get out, you want to replace your 9 to 5, because most of you, whether you're not saying it, you're here because you're either looking for a way to make money from home, or you've been trying some stuff and you're not getting the results that you want. So you're looking for something. And so many people get on these lives. Thank you again for liking the live. I really appreciate it. That helps my account out a lot. You're looking for ways to do that, or you're trying and you're just not getting the results that you want. If you're trying to do it by yourself, I can tell you, I spent the whole first year, I didn't know anybody. And I spent a whole year and $3,000, and it didn't make any money. You can't do this by yourself. You need to get around somebody who's done what you want to do, and to learn from them. And that's, you're going to have to invest some time and money, and it's a high income skill. You can learn it in 2 weeks. You can't master it in 2 weeks. So you master it by showing up every day, not 7 days a week. When I say every day, if you're trying to build a following, here's another tip on social media, and you're not showing up 7 days a week, say you're only doing 5, you'll never get anyone to follow you. You need to do that every day and for how long you're going to have to do that, I don't know, because people will go, if they come and they're looking for you and you're not there, they'll go find somebody who does show up every day. So you'll never get anyone to follow you. Thank you, George, for liking the video. I appreciate it. You'll never get anyone to follow you. And most people, truthfully, that I talk to, they're not consistent. I can go look at their social media account, and they're not posting every day. I post 3 videos every day. And the TikTok account I have now, and the Instagram account now, I've been posting 3 videos a day since last June. I've tested it. My mentors tested it. 3 is the sweet spot. It's not that hard to make 3 short videos a day. I've done 1, I've done 2, I've done 3, I've done 4, I've done 5, I've done 10. 3 is the sweet spot, because that's what's allowed me. I get leads every single day. And I know at a point I was struggling as much as other people were trying to get leads. If you're not generating leads, you're not marketing, and people have to see something at least a couple times. Yeah, I do get sales on first touch, but most people are not going to buy on first touch. They have to see something. And if you think about your own buying habits, how many times do you typically look at something before you buy it? It could be online, it could be in a store, it doesn't matter. Good morning. Tennis. Okay, you're a tennis bum. What do people call you? Good morning, Gemma, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. thank you for jumping on. Where you're coming in from? I'd love to know why you're on social media. And most of you that get on here, and now that I've been doing these now, I've been here every day for over a month. Most people, for whatever reason, thanks George for liking the live, you don't want to comment why you're on social media. And the reality is that most of you are either looking for a way to make money from home, or you've been trying and you're not getting the results you want. Good morning. Ooh, I'm not going to even try that. TikTok is funny because they put these things about inviting people and then they stop the feed. But they do, most of the time, they're showing me who's on, who's jumping on, who's jumping off. YouTube doesn't do that. It just shows me the number of people that are on. Good morning from the Philippines. I get people from all over the world on here. But if you're on my YouTube channel, unless you comment, I don't know that you're there. And Zahara, I don't know if you're still there, but if you want to, I'm not sure when you say tips for online coaching, are you looking to hire a coach or are you looking to do it? Because that's two different things. So if you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. Yesterday, I talked about gratitude because if you're not grateful for what you already have, you can't have more come to you. And today, to talk about generating leads because and the fact that nobody yeah, I do. When people join my program, I mentor them, TP. And you can do that with mentoring. If you join someone's program, they can mentor you. My mentor does trainings too, so you get her expertise. And we have a whole community. We have over 55,000 people now. The group is, we have an awesome group. You're watching from Jamaica, well, welcome. Because there's people that, that's one thing about social media and the internet. You're reaching people from all over the world. There's over 5 billion people on social media. And there's a lot of people, whether you all are jumping on these lives that I'm doing and you're not saying it, looking for ways to make money from home, or you've been trying and you're not getting the results that you want. And if you're not consistent, and not showing, when I say every day, I mean 7 days a week. I've been here every day, 7 days a week, been doing these for over a month. I post videos every single day. My TikTok account, my Instagram account, I've been posting 3 videos every day since last June. Good morning, TP, you're in West Virginia. Good morning, M Lab 183, what do people call you? So for whatever reason, you get on these lives, and if I say, what are you doing on social media? Nobody wants to say. And people, if you're on social media and you're putting content out there, you got to be putting content out. People are watching you. I can tell you that for sure. You may not think, and I used to think that nobody's watching you. I'm telling you, they are. They want to check you out. They want to know that you're going to show up every day, and the consistency. And just about everybody I talk to, they're not consistent. If you're not showing up every day, then you'll never get anyone to follow you. And what people will do is they'll come and expect that you're going to be there and you're not, and they'll go find somebody else. And yes, stuff comes up, but like these live streams, I just committed to doing these every day, and I'm here. And my mentor actually did that. She went live every single day for 2 years, and that's turned into about $8 million. And I'm not, live streaming is not the only thing to do. I post content every day. But if you're not getting people, if you're not generating leads every day, and getting people to a capture page or website where you can get their email, get them on your email list, where you have a set of emails automatically going out for you, and building your email list, you might never make anything. I did that for a year. And then I realized I had to get around somebody that had done what I wanted to do. Because if you're just sending people to a page, then you only have one chance to talk to them. That's the issue with it. Most people are not going to buy on first touch. They need to see something multiple times. And in fact, I had somebody who she got on my email list last October of 2024. And I talked to her a few times on TikTok, actually, in between that, and she bought something from me in July. So she was on my email list for 10 months before she bought something. And most people, they do have to see something. For you page, that's what FYP stands for, George. I'm not sure what you're saying that FYP stands for you page on TikTok. I'm not sure, if you're asking something or what, but Yeah, and you want to get your videos on the For You page, and there's a certain way to do that. If you follow me, you want to, and like I said, you want to find 10 people in your niche on the platform you're on. And I look for people that have at least 25,000 followers, that they have some mojo, that they know what they're doing, they can get followers, they're getting views, and follow them because you can learn from them, watch what they're doing. Um, Good morning, Barbara. If you're jumping on, a few people today said where they're coming in from, but again, as usual, nobody said, why are you on social media? I'm on social media because I do online marketing, making money from home. I teach other people how to do the same thing. I've been doing this for 14 years next month. I haven't worked a job in over 9 years. I lost my job. That's what this got, what it got into. Um, how I got into this. I was I was broke, unemployed, in foreclosure. I was drowning in $250,000 of debt. I had no idea how I was going to get myself out of this mess in this industry. Um, I wouldn't have my house probably if it wasn't for this. Good morning, Katie. Good morning, Brenda. Good morning, Franco. Um, so this industry has changed some, not just my life, but so many other people's. If you put the work in, and it is work. If you don't do any work, yeah, you can learn it in 2 weeks, but if you don't do any work, you won't make any money. You actually have to get training and a mentor, go through the training and implement it to get results. And the people you see making money, they've done that. They're coachable, they're consistent. And the consistency is a really big thing, because most people I talk to, they're not consistent. And if you don't show up every day, you'll never get anyone to follow you. Yeah. And TikTok, I mean, George, when I go live, TikTok is telling me they're inviting people and they're sending it out, because for I don't know, the first minute or so, that's all I can see. YouTube doesn't do that. Facebook doesn't do that. But TikTok does. I mean, the platforms, they're similar, but they're different. They've got their own. You can basically do the same thing for videos, like on Instagram and TikTok. I mean, I interchange that. I put them on both platforms, but like on Instagram has things like Instagram is the only platform that you can put a story up, and if you put it on your highlights, it stays there. It doesn't go. They don't go away in 24 hours. Every other platform, when you post a story, and I do stories on TikTok too, but the stories are gone in 24 hours. That's like my favorite thing about Instagram. Each of the platforms, they have things that are specific just to that platform. And if you really want to master it, you want to learn it. And I spent a whole year in a coaching program specific, just uh, learning how to use Instagram from somebody that does he does 10 million a year on Instagram. So he knows what he's talking about. And that's how I've been able, even though I lost 3 accounts on Instagram, be able to start a new account last June, start posting. And that account now, I'm almost at 100,000 followers, because you want to model what's already proven to work. And if you're just trying it on your own, you're probably not going to get any results. And I think a lot of you and people that jump on my lives, when I say, why are you on social media, nobody wants to say anything, because the truth is, you're either looking for a way to make money from home, or you've been trying and you're not getting the results that you want. Good morning, Todd. Good morning. Is it Marina? That's why you're on, and you just don't want to say it. And when people are jumping on these lives, you don't have to be accountable. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to show your face. You don't have to do anything. You could be laying on your couch, watching it from your phone, getting on the live. You could be on the toilet and you could get on a live, and you don't have to do anything. And I think that's one of the reasons why, when I do these, people are jumping off and on. They don't want to be accountable. It's very different if you're actually live streaming and you're broadcasting every day, or if you've ever done a live stream. But if you're looking for ways to make money from home, or you've been trying, jumping on other people's lives, yeah, you can learn stuff, because I'm sharing stuff with you guys for free that actually I paid to learn, and the different mentors that I've gotten around, because you can't do this by yourself. And I spent a whole year doing that, spent $3,000. I didn't make any money. And I can save you that time. Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Manuel. Somebody keeps getting the #1 gift badge. Or does anybody know what that is? And you want to operate. Good morning, Jeff. You want to operate without an agenda. You don't want to be doing something expecting something in return. I had somebody last week that jumped on my live and she's liking it and sharing it out and all this and doing it multiple times and sending gift badges. And then she sends me a private message saying she hopes that I'll come to her live. I mean, she got on my live and was doing all that she had an agenda because she wanted me to get on her live and do the same thing. You want to drop your agenda. And I know a lot of people when you're starting out, you're doing that, and I was in a desperate situation. I needed to make money. I was desperate to make something. And when you talk to people, they can feel that from you. And you just want to meet people without an agenda. Can you help somebody with something? Can you answer a question? If everybody got on social media every day and you just found one person you could help, things would change because the people you see making money. And when I started making a shift and just giving out value, that's when I started making some money. You want to drop your agenda. And I've heard that from so many different people. So you don't want to, if you're doing something because you want something in return, you probably shouldn't be doing it. You should do something, just giving out free value, because the amount of money anybody makes is in direct proportion to the value you bring to the marketplace. And if you're not making any money, you're probably not putting any value into the marketplace. And if you're just constantly, or if you're messaging, and that prospecting, that works. But if you're just messaging people, pitching them, there is a way to talk to people if you're doing that. And if you're doing that, I got Eric Worre's book, Go Pro. There's a whole section in there. He tells you what to say. Because I know when I started, I was saying the wrong things, and you just repel people, and they'll just go buy from somebody else. But he's got a whole section in that book, Go Pro, that he tells you what to say. And it helps even if you're not doing prospecting, because some of the questions you might get from people, and knowing what to say and what not to say, because if you don't, you're probably not going to make any money. I mean, and this business really is mindset and skill set. You have to master both. If you don't master your mind, it'll master you. Yesterday, I was talking about gratitude. That is mindset stuff. If you're not in a state of gratitude and you're not grateful for what you already have, you can't have more come from to you after that. And you may be in a really hard situation. I've talked to different people. There's how many people I've met that they're homeless. That whatever situation you're in, you got to be grateful for it. And if you aren't in a difficult situation, that can be hard. And I know that I had hard times with that, trying to just come up with being grateful. I mean, if you just woke up today, you woke up, you're alive. If you got a roof over your head, if you got food in your refrigerator, because there's people I talk to, they're homeless. They don't have a roof over their head. And they're scrounging around wondering where the next meal's coming from, where they're going to sleep. And somebody in that state, it's a lot harder to be grateful. I knew somebody I haven't talked to in a while, but she's been living out of her car. And actually, I haven't talked to her in a long time, but it's been over 2 years. Now she's in a different situation, but she has her cat with her. And I said, because it's another mouth to feed, but she's got, we love our animals, and I'm a dog lover. She's got her cat, she's got her car, and to be grateful for that. But sometimes when you're in a bad situation, you got to really work on your mind to figure out how you can get yourself out of that or how you want to change it. And I've been there. I know what it's like to be broke. I mean, at one point I was so broke, I was cutting mold out of food, hoping I wouldn't get sick. I pissed everybody off. I didn't have any money. I was trying to keep $1 in my bank account so they wouldn't close it. And it sucks being broke. But even in that situation, or somebody's homeless, you got to find something that you're grateful for, because you'll never have more come to you. And I talked a lot about that yesterday. Okay, well, tattoo, if you want to go do that video, it tells you what to do, because that's all the training you're going to get with that. You can go apply, they'll give you an affiliate link. They pay 1% to 5%. So if you even want to make $500, you're going to have to get hundreds of sales a month. And if you don't know how to use social media, if you don't have an email list, if you don't have an audience somewhere that you have influence, you're probably not going to make any money, because you don't know how to they're just going to give you a link. It's a page. You're going to be sending traffic to a page. If you don't know how to do that, pretty hard to make money. And that video has gone, I've got over 1.7 million views. I've got almost 30,000 comments. If you're chasing that because it's free, There's no train, and they're not going to give you any training. You're not going to have a mentor. You're on your own. They'll give you your link. And the company, if you do make any money, the company will make more than you do. But 80% of companies have affiliate programs. If you scroll, like Target has one, Walmart, Amazon, they all on average pay 1 to 5%. I would never do that. I don't think it's worth it. And if you want to make $1,000 or more, you're going to have to get thousands of sales. I average 900 a sale. So if I get 10 sales, that's $9,000 in a month. It's a lot easier to get 10 sales than it is to get hundreds. And I don't really get the attraction with that video. I didn't think that video was going to go like it did, but it did. But you can go to any company, 80% of them do have affiliate programs, and they'll pay you. And on average, it's 1 to 5%. And as big as popular as Amazon is, it's the same thing. You can join an affiliate program, and they typically pay 20 to 40%. You have to pay for that. They do give you some training. You get some mentorship. But I did network marketing. I've done affiliate marketing. I've done high ticket affiliate marketing, and I ended up picking digital marketing because I make 100%. I have some of my own products. I make 100%. And to give you an example, with high ticket affiliate marketing, I had somebody that came through my link, which he bought was $25,000. That was the cost. I made 27%, which that's 6,200. That's great. That's more. I made that in a day. I woke up to that. That is more money than I made in a month when I was working a job. But when I started thinking about it, over 18,000 went to the company on my efforts. MLab, if you're interested, you want to go to payudaily.com. Or you're on my TikTok account, go to my profile, click the link there, payudaily.com, put your email address in. Watch the 2 videos, read the page. You'll get an email from me with a free PDF. It's a blueprint I'm using. It's a 2-hour workday blueprint. You can download that. You can save it. If you want to try to do that on your own, you can. But you are on your own. You can take a look at the program, but because you get training and mentorship. We've got over 55,000 people in our community, and you make 100% profit. It comes direct to you, which I love. Which affiliate network marketing, the money goes to the company. They pay you a percentage, and then they hold the money. They pay out when they want to pay out. And the thing I love about digital marketing and the 100%, the money comes right to me. You pick a merchant account. I like Stripe. Actually, I love Stripe. Stripe lets me withdraw up to $500 a day, and it's literally in my bank account in 15 minutes, which I love. So nobody's holding my money, and the company, nothing goes to the company. There's a $39 website fee that you pay to the company for them to build your website, which you need the website, but I like that way better. And I've done all of them. I've done network marketing. I've done affiliate marketing. I've done high ticket affiliate marketing. And when I had some of my own products, I really like it. I'm making 100%, but your own products, you got to create the product. You got to do customer service. This, you buy resale rights to sell it over and over again. You don't have to create the content. You don't have to do anything with shipping, customer service, any of that. That's taken care of for you. And they're digital products, so people are, there's no shipping involved, but you don't have to do any of that. And my own products that I do have to take care of customer service, and if there's any problems, delivery and all that, you don't have to make your own products. A lot of people, after they do this for a while, and I've been doing this for a long time, they've got a skill of something. And I haven't been promoting my products lately because mine are about TikTok, and the company I was hosting. Okay, George, have a good day. Thanks for stopping by. The company I was hosting them on, and you pay for that. They terminated everybody. That was like October 2023. And then all this stuff with whether TikTok was going to be around in the United States. I still have the content, but I haven't been promoting it. I need to find another platform to host them on. And I just decided, because none of us know what's going to happen with TikTok in the United States. And most of the people that bought from me lived in the United States. So I haven't been promoting it. And we'll see what happens with TikTok, because none of us know if you live in the United States. And I don't know if President Trump can keep signing these 90-day things, because the next one's up in September. if he's going to do another, because he's done 3 already. And I was on TikTok in January. It was January 19th when it went dark for like 14 hours. And then he signed that, he signed the 90-day thing. So, and there's a lot of people in the United States using TikTok for different things. Good morning, Peter. Where are you coming in from? Good morning, Mark. If you're jumping on, love to know why you're on social media. Where are you from? Where you're coming in from? I live about 40 minutes outside the city of Philadelphia. And somebody is sending me something, you're interested in contacting the creator, you can drop a comment on this live, or you can send an email to lindabomba@payudaily.com, and we'll get back to you. You already sent, okay. What's your first name? MLab, or what do people call you, I should say. Good morning, Mom. Bar, what do people call you? So if you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Lourdes. Okay. If you send an email, then we'll look for it. I actually already did that this morning. I had some emails to answer, but I usually get to things within 24 hours. And I'm here every day at 10 a.m. Eastern doing these live streams. I am live streaming on my TikTok account and my YouTube channel. YouTube does not show me who's on. It just shows me the number. So unless you comment, I don't know. And I had somebody that was asking me questions. I don't think you're on at this point, because I did ask you again about the one question you had, you didn't answer. But I'm here every day. If you have something you're trying to figure out, I'd be glad to do a training if I've done it, because I don't think it's ethical to train or teach on stuff that you haven't done. If you have a question, you can just drop in the comments. If I can't do a training, or if it's something I haven't done, I probably can give you a resource. I've been doing this for a long time. I know a lot of things. I don't know everything, but I could probably give you a resource. And if you're trying to figure out something, I had somebody the other day on YouTube that got on this, that he wanted me to do a video about CPA marketing. I've never done CPA marketing. I know what it is. I've never really promoted it or made money from it, so I don't think I can ethically train on it. But I gave him a couple resources, because whatever you're trying to figure out, there's probably somebody in this industry, and I've met a lot of people that have done that, and they're knowledgeable. Because if you're trying to learn something, you want to get around somebody that's done it, that you can learn from them. If you're trying to learn a social media platform, you should want to get a course. I mean, I've taken 10 courses on YouTube. I've taken a couple on TikTok. I spent a whole year in a coaching program specifically learning Instagram. Good morning, Isaiah. And the guy that I was learning from, he averages 10 million a year on Instagram, so he knows what he's doing. Because you can't do this by yourself. I spent a whole year. The first year I didn't know anyone, and I spent $3,000, actually more than $3,000. I bought a website. It was showing me how to set up pay-per-click ads. I did that. I was sending traffic to a replicated website, which you never want to do. Nothing converted. I did that for a year. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have the right training. I didn't have a proven system, and I didn't make any money. So I knew after a year I had to get around somebody that had done what I wanted to do. And nobody's going to sew into you and feed into you without you investing time and money. Good morning, Sarah. So you have to get around somebody that's done what you've wanted to do. And anything I've done, I've learned from so many different people since I've been doing this. And I can save you a year and money. You can't do this by yourself. And a lot of people, you've got broke mindsets. And I was talking about this yesterday. I did when I got into this industry. Most of us do. If you're not working on your mind, and if you're the kind of person you go around, I can't afford it, I'm broke, and you keep saying that, and you keep saying that over and over again, you're just going to get more of that. What you plant in your mind is what you get. And a good thing to go to YouTube, search The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale, and start listening to that. A friend of mine shared that with me. Actually, it was over 7 years ago. I listened to that every day for a year. You can pull it up on your phone. It's a YouTube video. It's about 30 minutes. You can listen to it while you're driving, while you're cooking, while you're doing laundry. You could be sitting waiting something. You could get earphones and listen to it, because what you feed your mind. And if you just keep saying you're broke, you don't have the money, or you can't do it, you're just going to keep getting more of that. What you plant in your mind is what you get, and that's 100% true. And a lot, and everybody, myself included, when we got into this industry, we had broke mindsets. And I learned from Doug Fireball instead to stop saying you're broke, you can't afford it. Learn to say, if you need $500, how can I come up with $500, and start to train your mind? Because if you don't train your mind, you don't master your mind, it'll master you. So, and I've done mindset stuff too. That is a big piece of this. So if you have a question, drop in the comments now, because I committed to doing these for an hour every day. I'm getting close to the hour that I'm going to go, because I got some other stuff to do. So if you've got a question, drop it in now, because I'm going to end this soon. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Milo. Good morning, Leanne. And today I was talking about generating leads. You can use social media and generate leads for free. And if nobody has any questions, I'm going to end this now. Appreciate you guys getting on. I will be here tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Bring your questions, bring a friend. Thanks for coming. I'll see you tomorrow.